This is Kathy from Gadget Stop 321, and in today's video I'm going to be comparing the red inks from my ink collection. Now, a better description of this would probably be inks with a red component. So there's a wide spectrum of colors here. I am going to be comparing them in 5 different pens with medium nibs. One of them has a stub nib. I've got the 0.6 stub nib in the Nemesign, but it's roughly a medium nib. And I've got, let's see, Herbin Rouge Grenat, Monteverde Burgundy 2020, Sailor Manyo Kuzu, KWZ Standard Grapefruit, and Iroshizuku Momiji. Alright, I am going to start with the Herbin Rouge Grenat. And I'm going to be using it, let me get everything centered. I'll be using it in a Jinhao X750 with the, let me see, what nib do I have in here? This is a Pen BBS Medium Nib. This is, I would just call this a dark red. All right, this medium nib is really smooth. I just got a set of 4 of these, and the first time I used them, I ran them over some micro mesh, and that's nice. I like that. And I'm getting some, looks like some nice shading. All right, the next ink I have is the Monteverde Burgundy 2020. I was not familiar with that ink. I got it in a random ink sample from Goulet. And I've got it in a Jinhao X750, and it's got the original Jinhao nib that came in it. And I ran it over some micro mesh this morning. And this burgundy is a really deep burgundy. Let's see, Monteverde. Very saturated. I like that. Leans toward, it's got a little, it's so dark it looks almost a little brown, a reddish brown. I like this. I overlooked Monteverde inks for a long time because I'm just not impressed with their pens, but the inks that I've tried are nice. All right, next I've got Sailor Manyo Kuzu, and I've got it in my Fully Win 017, I believe this is. And it's got the Fully Win medium nib. What I like about this nib is it is a really good reverse writer. It has some hard starts though. It's so smooth that it's got a little bit of baby's bottom. So this is Sailor Manyo Kuzu. Not as wet of a writer as the others. so it's not as saturated, or it doesn't look as saturated as it would in like the Nemesign stub nib. I'm going to go ahead and do a little reverse. I always enjoyed using this at school because if I had a student paper that I needed to mark up that was, I could tell it was made out of recycled paper, which tends to be like writing on a paper towel, I could flip it over and use that finer writing use finer writing on the paper so it wouldn't bleed as much. Okay, next I've got my Quebeco Percao, all black with KWZ Standard Grapefruit. Had a little bit of a hard start there. This is the first time that I've used this ink in this pen. What I like about this medium Percao nib is it really, if you've got an ink that has some nice shading to it, it really shows up well in this medium nib. And I've always used this Standard Grapefruit in a Sailor Fine nib, my Sailor Pro color, and it was just a dark red-orange, but I like the shading that I'm seeing here. All right. Next to all these reds and burgundies, it looks more orange, but whenever I do my comparison of orange inks, I'll include Standard Grapefruit in that group too, and it'll look more red. All right, and the last ink I have is Iroshizuku Momiji, and I've got it in my Nemesign Singularity with a 0.6 stub. And the reason I didn't put Momiji in the Quebeco Percao is Momiji is a red that leans a little pink, and I don't like it in a dry nib. It looks like bubblegum pink. It's just but in a more saturated nib, I like it. All right. See, when you do the smear, it looks a little more pink. All right, I'm going to zoom out just a little bit so we can see all of these together. Let's see, I'm going to actually pull it up here and see if any of these, I'm not seeing any, or I'm seeing sheen. The only one that has some sheen is the Iroshizuku Momiji, and it's got, in this nice wet nib, it's got just a beautiful gold sheen. And I'm not sure, oh yeah, there it shows up. Manyo Kuzu, really, the Rouge Grenat, the Manyo Kuzu, and the Standard Grapefruit, they have some beautiful shading to them. I really like those. And for a nice saturated ink, I really like this Monteverde Burgundy. I'm curious to see what this looks like in the fine nib on my Custom 74. The rest of these, all of these others, I've done the nib tests, the pen tests on the range of nibs. I'm excited about testing the Monteverde Burgundy in all my pens. Looking forward to that. All right. So these are all the red-ish inks that I own. Got a nice wide range. So if you found this video helpful, please give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel.